That was weird. That was so strange. Here I am just typing out that the stream is gone. That was weird. I don't know how much of that you guys lost. That was kind of... Whew, my heart just stopped there. That was not on my end. Or I don't actually know. Maybe, I don't know. Was that on my end? I don't know. I see all the pitchforks. Oh gosh. No, we're okay. We're okay. Hypothetically, I would have run upstairs and just restarted the router anyway. But I don't know what that was. I think that was OBS. Just kind of did a weird cycle right there. I've never really been the biggest fan of OBS in general, so... Actually, you know what? Since I have it open, let me just sneak a peek. Yeah, something, I don't know. I mean, my PC, I mean, oh my goodness, City Skylines, guys, holy smokes. Like, right now, in between Skylines and OBS, I'm using like 45% of my CPU, which is just, that's insane, and 56% of my RAM. Oh my gosh, I have so many custom assets and stuff for this city. It's like almost every single one of these buildings is a custom one, right? And all the countless mods I'm running, holy smokes, my poor computer here. Anyway, I appreciate you guys sticking with it. I don't know what just happened there, but... Anyway, so I was saying that, yeah, my roommate, they're her cats, and they're pretty cute. I like them. And I've had a few cats myself, but just in terms of personality, I think Linus is definitely one of the coolest cats I've ever come across. And so, this being a little bit of a shopping district, I'm going to put in some parking lots, because that obviously would be realistic and would tell the you know, the story over here. And let's do a big oversized parking kind of mall thing right here. Yeah, that's fine for me. And then we'll have some commercial on this part down here as well. And then in the center part over here, let's have some parking lots as well. This can maybe be like an outdoor mall kind of feel. And I actually have a few assets that I've downloaded. I'm actually going to take advantage of right now. Okay, so let's go like this. And it would have been so nice if we had made that wide enough to fit a parking lot in the center. So let's do that. That was the goal. I don't actually think that's enough room still. Let me double check this here. Oh, my poor coffee. I never finish my coffees ever, eh? Shout out to Tim Hortons, best coffee. Well, not maybe the best coffee, but I like it. I know there are definitely better coffees out there. And I got my ice water, which is now no longer ice water, just regular water. Forgus, I really like that idea. I would definitely love to do like a Soviet style. Because like now that I play a lot of DayZ, and so whenever I'm cruising through those towns, I'm actually trying to like, you know, just get ideas as to how like, you know, Eastern European cities are kind of done. Because I'm totally opposed. I'm not opposed to that at all. You know, that'd be kind of cool to do. Yeah, unfortunately, these are just not the right spacing here. See, look at that. I'm actually gonna be. Drat, what could we put right here? Darn it, darn it, darn it. I wish we had the extra space for this. Maybe there's something we can do. Cause I mean, really, like, you know, City Skylines for sure is a game that's going to be, like, you know, updated for, like, quite some time, right? We're going to see many more DLC packages, and, like, there's so much, like, the mod support we get for it is incredible, right? So the community alone will keep the game going. So I personally see myself playing it for, like, you know, quite some time to come, right? So obviously we're going to need some things to do, just so the content doesn't become too repetitive or boring over time, so. Okay. So yeah, like, yeah, you know, like, I want to do, like, an Asian-style city eventually, too. There's just, like, I mean, the sky's the limit, right? Oh, you know what we should have is, like, a gas station or something in here. Oh, that'd be so cool. Darn it, I hate that we're just kind of, you know, stuck with this small little space to work with, but... Oh, maybe this is not a bad direction to take. Maybe have some of these, yeah. Yes, let's go with this. So let's put in some trees here. Yes, very good. There we go, some pine trees right there. And I like how they go up in height. I'm actually going to get rid of this last one and put that one back in. Hopefully get that to be a little bit taller. And there we go right there. Cool. Works for me. And to surface paint or not to surface paint? That's the real question here, isn't it? I think over here we will surface paint, whereas before we did not, because we ran into those problems with everything just kind of, you know, overlapping incorrectly. That's fine and dandy. Here we go, cool. And so I love this effect, when you go over the roads like that and people still drive through and everything. I think that's so cool. Ooh, I love it. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, so garbage. Okay, we really haven't locked anything, so our population is still so small. This has nowhere to unload to, which is what's happened here in terms of, like, you know, going into a standstill. Okay, since that's the case, I'm actually going to take another loan. Maybe I won't, actually. Let's repay this. We're close to being able to buy, I just want to outright buy one of the incinerators that I've downloaded, because we need to get to 7,500 people before we unlock the actual cheap incinerators. Alright, Piken, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you hanging out with us tonight. I will see you again. Because I just want to buy, like, you know, like one of these recycling facilities or something like that, right? And you can see, like, you know, 45,000. It's kind of... I think we're going to get one of these. I think that's going to be our purchase, actually. Or, in terms of our cheapest incinerator... yeah, so expensive. Yeah. No, too expensive. So it's going to be a recycling plant. That's going to be our first purchase, which I think is fine. And they do process, so the landfill can empty into it. So that's actually not the worst thing to have. So let's pay that, take it out. I guess it's a little bit closer. Not really the closest, but what we could do even is pay off the 38,000 one. Just kind of recycle through that or whatever. Okay, so yeah, guys. I mean, what are your thoughts? So it's now 8 o'clock. I was planning on streaming for another hour. Did you guys want to stick with City Skylines, or did you guys maybe want to switch over to some scrap mechanic? And like, I'm totally fine either way. Just whatever you guys are, you know, because you guys are the ones. You guys are the ones watching, right? So I want you guys to, you know, have a bit of a say in this. Let's keep that on 3-speed till we motor through this part right here. So I'm going to pay this off and just kind of take it right back out type thing. Because this, I think, is the $60,000 loan. Yep, so we get ourselves that monies. Fantastic. And you know what? Actually, now we can buy ourselves a proper incinerator. 75,000, I'm okay with that. 2 votes for Skylines. I think we may actually end up just sticking with Skylines now that I kind of think about it. Because really, why switch for under an hour, right? You know? Maybe if somehow time permits or something, maybe we can do a little late night stream, or maybe a quick stream somehow, sometime tomorrow, but... Alright, Fangorn, take care. Appreciate you sticking with it too, man. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. 2 more votes for cities? Yeah, okay, I guess we'll stay with cities, guys. That's totally fine by me. Yeah, definitely enjoy the monitor. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I need to get, you know, I want to start getting some new computer parts, eh? Because I think I'm getting close. I want like a 4K monitor. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, I hope to see you on Sunday too. Yeah, good call there. So yeah, guys, we will be doing another stream this coming Sunday where we will be working on this same city. And, you know, I mean, it's not really, you know, our poor city's on fire, and, you know, it's kind of, so it's not really the best city yet, but it's growing at a very slow pace, which is extraordinarily intentional. Like, I want things just to kind of feel a very small town for as long as possible. And, you know, we're listening to classical music, we're just kind of hanging out, we're really not building at any, you know, real rush, which is totally fine by me. So I'm thinking we need another fire station over here. I'm a big fan of these old ones. They unfortunately don't have the world of engines in them. Let's see, even this one here. No, actually the same amount. These we don't unlock just yet. 4,000 people. Oh, okay. Well, we're close. I'm going to zone some more residents, even though this is not really a planned neighborhood. We're just very close to unlocking that next style of a fire station there, so I want to use those. If you notice over here too, we're still kind of sticking with that compact kind of density instead of having the spacing in between our buildings like we were doing over on this side. And this is something that I was kind of worried... Oh, there we go. Nice, perfect. I was kind of worried about this maybe happening. See how this is kind of getting a little bit backed up. I'm going to change these around so we don't have the double traffic light, but See, our emergency vehicles are kind of getting stuck here. I don't really want to have this happen too often, so let's take out our traffic light right here. And then what we're going to do is make this a little one-way corridor. And that should help keep traffic moving quickly and then not have too many people just kind of going in front of each other. So you know what we could even do, actually, is just do this. So that stays one way like that. Yeah, I'm fine with that. That kind of justifies the... Let's just do this. Oops. Go in all directions here. Let me see what my arrows look like. Sorry, guys. Can't do that. And it would be kind of cool to connect to here. We just have to space that out a bit differently. There we go. There we go. Now we're talking. Okay, so let's change that around slightly. So like our clinic connected right there. That's totally fine. And you know what? Maybe this should be actually the one way going inward. Just like that. Kind of make this look a little bit of a box right here. I'm just hoping that we don't see too much traffic just keep getting bottled up, you know, over in this spot. And then maybe if you are going over the highway, maybe you'll just turn right and then go this way. That might be a little bit faster anyway. Oh, you're off as well? Okay, take care, guys. I will see you later on, my friend. Anyone know where to get the walking pass? I want to outline this area. The walking pass, they should just be over in, you know, the generic ones, right? You can grab these ones here. They're just kind of the in-game ones. Otherwise, you could probably do, with the surface painter, maybe, like, I'm going to say actually make your own, but that probably wouldn't work, because that wouldn't work. What I would instead do is maybe take these roads here, so you can get some traffic or whatever, right? Bring the lights up. Like those ones there, right? So cars and people walk on them. Otherwise, no, I would just kind of use the default in-game ones, right? Just kind of follow, you know, it's over there in that spot. Oh, Fangord, I'm so jealous. I can't even believe it. Okay, now unfortunately we're seeing just a little bit of problems because we let our garbage situation kind of pile up. So this will eventually fix itself. It's just the trucks have to kind of move outward. So actually I think we're going to buy another garbage processing kind of facility thing here. So these things are going to be a little bit noisy, but they're not going to pollute. I'm going to put this down over here just as a bit of a placeholder. And then I'm going to use these things again. Fan of these power lines, as you guys know. How does that look? I mean, it's, again, it doesn't look bad. I think I kind of like that. They're not as invasive. Alright, so that's just garbage collection for this side of the highway. Kind of catch up a little bit over there. You're on an iMac right now? iMacs aren't bad. They're just a little bit overpriced, that's all, you know? But in terms of specs, you know, they got decent guts inside of them. Usually you have to upgrade to kind of like, you know, the higher end parts. So you're paying a lot of money, unfortunately. But they're definitely good computers. You can't really do too much gaming on them. That's the only downside, though. You know, these days, though, I mean, there's just more and more, you know, options and everything available. I'm gonna use this facility right here. This is a different style health building, kind of like a little family clinic kind of style place. And again, don't let all these garbage icons fool you. The city is really not doing all that bad. I just kind of let that go a little bit to the wayside. And until we kind of create our little highway connection, everyone's going to have to drive up and over through here. So this might end up being a little bit too much traffic just in the short run. So we're going to probably have to switch over to highway construction. Yeah, might as well do. We got the money. Let's do it. Let's get her done. Yeah, the iOS is a little bit like whenever someone hands me, you know, like a Mac or whatever, like cause my roommates, both of them, they have Macs, and then like, you know, if we're like watching movies or whatever, I'm just trying to like surf on their thing. I'm just so lost. I'm trying to like minimize stuff, and you accidentally touch like the trackpad the wrong way, and you're like moving windows out of the way, and you're like, what is going on here? And you know, I mean, now they have that little like Apple button, but the whole time you're looking like trying to like control, control paste, control copy, like that kind of stuff. But coming together. Okay, now over here in our little shopping district, I did talk about wanting to use custom building. Let me just show you the ones. I don't think I can actually afford them yet. Oh, these are so dirt cheap. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Actually, they're way bigger than I thought they were. Darn it. Can't really fit these in. This is like a proper mall, though, right? So let's put that in. We're just going to have to move... Ooh. Actually, just move over on this side. That's probably easier than having to change that whole area out. And I'll keep it on 3-speed just so we can accumulate some more money here. Oh, darn it, that's not really gonna work, is it? Okay, I think we have to do this. With some road or something going in between. And that's kind of strange how the, see how the parking lot looks like that? I don't know why that's giving me a little of that issue when I'm just kind of partially zoomed in. That's so strange. But it's kind of like that, you know, strip mall kind of feel. Tons of these in the small towns. Let's make the parking lot go like that. And it's a shame we can't have that line up, but it's not the end of the world. Let's go like this. Go like that. Maybe a little bit more unique kind of shape to this neighborhood. Actually, I'm not using the Rico yet. I'm very much debating it. It's one of those things where it's like there's so many mods I really want to use, but there's like maybe 5 or 6, and I feel like if I keep adding more and more mods, like my computer, I'm using I'm normally playing a different city for our live stream, but it's a little bit too big, so my computer's kind of getting slow as a result. So I mean, I don't know. I want to add more mods, but at the same time I don't. Alright, so we have definitely got to improve on our traffic situation. So let's get that in without further delay. And I'm going to build this kind of like a partial cloverleaf interchange over here. But no, I mean, so I think to answer your question, I think I will end up using the Rico, because I'm downloading a lot of buildings that are Rico compatible, and it'd be nice to get a little bit more functionality out of them. And I do have a mod that lets me cross the line, in case you're wondering how I'm doing this, guys. And just double checking our directions. Perfect, we are going the right way here. Yeah, well, that's usually one way to call it unique, right? When it's kind of all got that messy kind of look, but like what I'm looking for here is just not really trying to do perfect grids, right? But I still want things to be kind of boxy, just in general, right? Or a little bit on the boxier end of things. Okay, let's just try and fix our traffic. So let's just kind of take note of what the highway, like the effect is going to have. So look at how backed up this is. Terrible. And we're going to put an interchange right in here. And we're going to try and draw it ourselves. It should hopefully turn out okay. Maybe not the best, but okay is kind of, it's fine by my books, right? I admit that I'm maybe not the best at doing this kind of stuff, but I'm getting better. I just want more practice, you know, so that's why we're kind of also moving at a slow pace here. Okay, I'm going to try and do this within the city boundaries as much as possible here. Okay, so that's fairly simple. And then what I'm looking for, like, again, I don't want this to make this too messy. It's just basically like partial cloverleaf kind of thing. So we're going to go our on-ramp. Man, we're a little bit close to this interchange, or this intersection. Let me back that up a little bit. There we go. And so this is a Canadian kind of thing you'll see often. Like this style of interchange, right? To get on and off the highway. Okay, so I want this to go like this. And I'm going to try to make this as symmetrical as I can. And the logic behind what I'm doing here is I want traffic kind of going northbound, pretend this is north-south, to get on the highway this way and not cut off anyone, or not be cut off by anyone trying to get on. So we're going to stop people from doing a left-hand turn here. You're only allowed to go straight. And then if you wanted to get onto the highway on this side, what you would do is this is the partial cloverleaf aspect. You're going to be going underneath, like such. And we can actually even go on just like this. Otherwise, normally what you would see, just in terms of like a safe on-ramp kind of approach, is you would see these two meet up. And that way you have a little bit more distance and time to kind of get to speed. I'd like that to be a little bit cleaner going through. But then, you turn right and, no one's blocking each other, that kind of thing, right? Yeah, I mean, I have a hard time sometimes letting go of some areas that I've kind of worked so hard on, but then they just don't fundamentally function. I feel like, I mean, like I'm pretty creative, I guess, when it comes to making neighborhoods and stuff. And part of my favorite thing, I guess, about this game is just maybe making neighborhoods not 100% efficient the first time around, but just seeing where traffic problems arise and then trying to fix them. I kind of like that little, cause and effect kind of aspect of the game. Okay, so I think we're going to redo this. So we'll connect like that. That's fine, like that. That'll connect like this. It's a little bit better. I still want that to be a bit cleaner. I think you guys can kind of see the general idea here. It's that little, it's still not quite 100% what I'm after. There we go, that's a bit cleaner. That I will keep. Okay. And then we would have this come from over here. But what we would probably see, let me back this up a little bit, sorry, is you'd have your on and off at this point too. This would be the very Canadian approach right here. So can we get this looking right here? What is that, 5 by some odd? Okay, let me try this here. I don't normally do this extra level of detail, but why not, right? So yeah, I guess 4. 4 by 4 like that. That's a nice little even looking curve, I think. Hey, Guru, what's going on, man? What is going on? Happy Friday, buddy. Yeah, that's kind of clean. I like that. Ooh, I do like this. And then I think maybe this would actually be a little bit further down. Yeah, like that. And then our way off would be, kind of like this, right? How does that look? Yeah, something like this, right? That's fine. And then obviously no left-hand turns there. There we go. So that should be an efficient kind of way on and off the highway right there. And let's try and duplicate that now on the other side. Okay. And I'm going to have to, oh boy. I'm going to have to try and get this looking the same. It's not really going to work though. Oh boy. That's why I kind of like using the custom-made ones. Or I'll try and do something maybe built on the side of a hill, that kind of look, right? Cities built badly? Oh gosh. Daniel, don't say that, But at the same time, right? Like the more you build, the better you'll get type thing, right? So don't be afraid to make mistakes. That's kind of the whole point of this, right? Okay, so let's go a bit further down. The only thing is because we have to use the no collision and no zoning, we're going to have to remember to change these roads back later if we do want to do some zoning on them. A little bit inconvenient, but at the same time, it's also... Oh, actually, no, I think we have another tile we can buy, right? Can we... No, we cannot buy another tile yet. Darn it, we're so close, though, I think. Okay. Goodness gracious me, this is going to be so tricky. Okay, so how far do we go out? I mean, let's try and get a hint of symmetry going on here. So that was a 4 by 4 for our little approach here. Oh my goodness, why do I bother with this stuff, guys? Holy smokes. And in my mind, again, it always seems like it's going to be so easy. I can visualize this already in my head, right? But suddenly, it's like, you know, when you go into it to write your exam or whatever, you're so confident until you open the booklet and you're like, oh god, I'm gonna fail at life and everyone else did, you know? Okay. Okay, let's be positive here. And I mean, let's go for the same kind of on and off kind of approach right over here. And you can see, remember we use the anarchy mods, just throws all these trees and everything out of whack too. So not really an issue per se for the highways, but if we did, like I said, want a zone on this road, we're gonna have to change it over. Okay. Now, how far were we? It's actually fairly close in between. I don't think I can get it perfect, but I'm just going to try and do something that just visually, more or less, looks kind of the same from an overhead view. And I think we're actually, yeah, we're out of water here. Okay. And also, this is part of the reason why I didn't want to grow the city too much too quickly in the beginning. I want to take my time just doing some of these little finer details. And if we let something like water just get a little bit out of hand, I don't want the entire city to like fall apart as a result, right? So you can see we're still a positive budget, very small population, so everything is relatively manageable. Kind of see we're actually still trying to play the catch-up game in terms of garbage and stuff, right? And you can see until we fix our highway connection, it's just like our services are going to have issues getting around, just because, you know, this area here has just got too much traffic, right? So, in case you guys are thinking I'm doing a terrible job as a mayor here, I'm just kind of, my priorities are a little bit backwards, that's all. Okay, so that's getting changed. That's getting changed. This is going to come, I think, just from right here to there. And again, see, it doesn't have to be like a perfect mirror image of the other side, but I think it's a fairly, you know, it doesn't look too bad, right? Somehow it looks like we're left with a little bit more room on the one side there, but whatever. And, you know, in these little pockets here, this is where you could maybe put like a little statue or something kind of fun, or some trees and a little, you know, little fun like pattern or whatever, right? Some colored, you know, floral stuff. Okay, let's change our lane arrows. Make sure we get everyone speaking the right direction here. So, just to recap, you know, you're turning right here. You're doing it before this traffic light. So if this is red, you can still get onto the highway. You're not going to be able to turn left here because that's, you know, inefficient. You don't want to cross in front of anybody, so that helps with a faster flow through for this interchange. This cop is going to, because his, you know, his path is already chosen, and then the cops will just, you know, kind of do their own thing, right? They're above the law, which is totally, you know, in real life, right? Same idea over here. Go on there. We don't want any left-hand turns happening here. You're going straight. Let's double check on this side too. That's perfect over there. It's perfect over there. Magnifico. I love it. Beautiful. Great. Okay. Now that we have this wired up, we'll start seeing people go through here to get, you know, back to home base. So we should see a drastic reduction in traffic over here. And then if we wanted to take this one step further in terms of helping out the old traffic team here, we would build another bridge, which we're going to do eventually, and connect this with that, just to kind of box that off, and that'll kind of fix things as well, right? But you can see this has been open just for a few minutes. I mean, even though there's not that many cars, it just, you know, you'll see the improvement, right? And of course, if this still is an issue, what we can do is even maybe put another bridge, like, you know, right over here, right? Connect these guys together. I mean, the sky's the limit, right? Before I get 71 hours, I'm at almost 400, I think now. But I used to play like, you know, like SimCity and like that kind of stuff too, right? So, but also, I mean, you gotta not be afraid to make mistakes, you know. It's kind of gotta learn from this. Kind of the whole, I think, point of this game. Okay, you know what? So I'm not really seeing as many cars take this as I kind of thought there would be, to be honest with you. So I'm actually going to put another bridge over. I think we're going to just do that really quickly. So we're still, unfortunately, playing the waiting game until, because this dump right here is going to keep on emptying. You can see it's halfway. That's kind of like, you know, bogging down our single incinerator over on this side. So I don't really want to expand the city too much until we kind of fix this garbage problem. But you know what we should do, actually? Let's just take this out and just buy another incinerator. Instead of having to play the waiting game this whole time, let's just put another one of these in. That's fine right there. That'll help that empty out faster. Because really, it's all the new garbage being built. It's just kind of, you know, slowing everything down, right? So. And, I mean, really, we do need it. I'm actually surprised that our traffic is this much of an issue with such a small city population. I think we actually need another just interchange in general. Over on the industrial side. Alright, so yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like our poor city's going downhill, but it's just the garbage is kind of the issue, right? So as long as our budget is still positive. Okay, well, since we have our one interchange, let's see if a bridge kind of fixes the remainder of our problems. I think the hardest part is going to be making a symmetrical bridge. So how far are we from here? We're 10 units. 10 to 12. Now, you know what? I just remembered. This is going to be here permanently, just because we have to empty it into a crematorium. So I think what we're going to do, because I really want this to go as a tunnel, maybe. Oh boy. Our thinking caps, they're going to be on here. The tunnel would be kind of cool, just to break in through here, but at the same time, right? Like, No, I don't know, guys. I'm kind of torn here. Oh, KPD, you say such nice things. Honestly, I'm really happy just to connect with you guys. I think it's really cool you watch my videos. I think it's cool we can stream together. You know, I mean, it's Friday night, we're just hanging out. This is kind of fun for me, right? And I'm digging this classical music, you know? I'll say that again. It's just kind of a nice little, just casual change of pace. Okay, so I think this is going to be a better strategy. And it's going to be a little bit, I mean, I'm not going to follow the same kind of lines and directions as that bridge, just because the highway kind of makes a little bit of a bend over here. So let's just kind of maybe eyeball this as best we can. Okay, so let's go across here. And again, we're going to have to change all of these. Oh, 9's that's not so bad, because 10 was the length on the other side. But yeah, we're going to have to redo these roads once we unlock the tiles, just so that we're able to do some proper zoning on these. Oh, awesome. I'm glad to hear that, actually. Yeah, but quite a few people say the same thing. That they were hesitant to buy the game. They kind of, you know, they had fun watching me play it or whatever, and you guys saw it was on sale or something, and just picked it up, and then maybe you rewatched a few tutorials of mine, and then, I don't know, it's kind of fun. And you guys now send me pictures, and you hang out with me. I think it's cool. It's fun to see the progression. You know, some of you too, it's like, you know, you break the comment ice after, you know, like a long time sometimes. So some of you, it's cool just to talk to you. And others, you know, you find me and you've been talking every single video. So it's kind of cool too. Yeah, so I mean, I have a few people do the same thing too. They'll kind of have me on in the background and just fall asleep to that. That's kind of comforting. I like that. Okay, guys, I'm actually going to switch this a little bit right here. Oh, we can't do it because of the fire station. Darn it. I want a wider intake for our industrial area right here. Let's just get rid of this traffic light. There we go. Hopefully just to, you know, alleviate some of this highway congestion. And I think we are going to do another little highway interchange over here, as things kind of get a bit wider. Oh man, what a difference though. See how this is now? Now that this is connected, look at over here. Finally seeing some reduction in the gridlock over here. Oh, don't blame the Canadian. Yeah, I've got very stereotypical Canadian tendencies. Let's just put it that way. Jeez, Guru, letting loose here. I love it. Okay, we never actually put a park over here, so let's maybe do that now. Oh right, we just did those. That's right. We were gonna do a custom park. Ha! It's all coming back to me now. I remember now. That's right. Okay, let's put something in here though. Yeah, I like to play as like just in general. Whenever I watch someone stream, I like to be playing. Maybe not the same game, but just kind of nice, you know. Like when I'm playing Rust and stuff, usually I'll be watching a stream. Or if I'm playing maybe DayZ to a certain extent, but that's kind of If I need like footsteps, maybe I don't, right? I would say I don't even know what I'm looking for to use in this spot. Just something kind of interesting, I guess. But the issue is the area is not really symmetrical, so we're actually kind of stuck using smaller assets only. Maybe a parking lot, actually. Hey, would you look at that? So that just fits beautifully. All right. So yeah, custom park eventually over here. And then, yeah, I mean, the bulk of these things, I think if we do open another industry, another interchange for our industry over here, we'll see a big reduction in trucks now, because we're actually spilling into our interchange. And then I think we need another way in on this side of the city too. My goodness, so much to do. So much to do. It's such a small city. How is it running into so many problems so quickly here? I can't even believe this. Okay, so once upon a time we were working on this mall. Let's continue with that. Some more shops in here. Maybe put a parking lot on that side. Like one of these small ones, right? Yeah, that's cool. That works for me. Just a little row of buildings here would be kind of fun too. Okay, so let's now definitely tackle this problem. So, best bang for the buck. What side should our interchange be on? We have a bit more room, I think, over here. Oh, wait. Okay, so we'll go straight like this. Continue straight like that. That's fine that this is going a little bit wide. I'm totally fine with that. We unfortunately don't have the world of room here in terms of like the camera, because we're just building outside of our city limits here, right? But okay. Now I think that's a little bit too steep of a an incline. We need to give ourselves just that extra little bit of room. So I was hoping for maybe 10 units as the kind of climb up. Now I do realize we are starting to get a little bit far away from our industry, but we did want to maybe push this down anyhow, so I think we're going to be okay in the long run. But I'm just worried about making our bridge a little bit too steep as we go over the highway, but I think we'll be okay. You have hiccups? Oh man, every time I get hiccups, I literally think it's going to be the last time, like I'll have them forever kind of thing. Like, oh my goodness. And I'm the type, when I get hiccups, they last for like sometimes 45 minutes. Like, it's just, and then I'm like Googling, you know, how long, like, you know, what's the longest someone's ever had hiccups for, and it's like, you know, 45 years. So I'm like, oh, that's me. I'm going to set the new record today, guys. Okay, so just like that, right? Kind of same style we've been doing. But, we're going to have maybe a bridge. Oh, that could be cool. All right, let's do something unique over here. Okay, it's gonna be a little bit tough just because of the space and everything, but maybe we can do like a partial cloverleaf as well over here. Okay. We'll try freehanding this a couple times, and we'll just see how it ends up looking. Not really. I mean, not the worst, but it's not really what we're after. Let me get rid of all these extra trees here. I mean, guys, I'll say it again. I appreciate you all hanging out with me on a Friday. This is kind of cool. I don't normally do the Friday streams, but I'm kind of feeling them these days. So I'm thinking we should maybe do another, you know, another one of these maybe next week. And you know, it just depends on my my schedule. This is really what it kind of comes down to. But these days, I am trying to make a little bit more time just for streaming, because I'm kind of, you know, I'm having fun, like I said, with it, right? And it's cool seeing so many familiar faces. I like that aspect too. A lot of you, you know, you come back week after week. That means a lot to me. Okay, so I mean, it's just not really, you know, I mean, I wish I could kind of zoom in and make this a little bit cleaner looking. That's not quite what I'm after. Okay, you know what, just for like the short run, I'm gonna make a very, very simple just diamond interchange over here, which is not necessarily good for high volumes of traffic, but I think we're just gonna do it, yeah, just for the moment. Like super, 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 super temporary. I would love to be able to sneak in like that, but I don't think that's gonna happen. So let's just do this. And I'll just put that on 3-speed. Again, super temporary. This is just to alleviate a little bit of the load going through here. And I'm hoping that, I mean, we'll notice the bulk of the incoming cars will be getting off versus really anything else, so that should hopefully help over there. You guys just talk about the hiccups? Yeah. I find, for me, what I'll usually do is just, you know, take a really, really deep breath and just, like, you know, hold it and then take an even deeper one as I'm still holding that. And just kind of hold it and let myself hiccup a few times. Maybe the pressure kind of equalizes a bit, you know. Otherwise, I mean, I feel like it's kind of just those tricks or whatever. They're just dependent on the person, you know. Okay, so how are we doing for time here, guys? 8:40. I think maybe we're going to wrap things up in about 10 or 15 or so minutes, but I think it's kind of a cool little start. Again, we're really small town so far. But you can see what I'm going for. Very North American style influence, so it's very grid-like, not too tall in terms of density. We're keeping this very low to the ground. And I mean, we're starting to get slowly ahead of our problems. You can see we've actually now caught up. The key to it was to get that extra incinerator going, so we should be able to, you know, kind of be moving a little bit more onward and upward kind of feeling. And, you know, traffic is getting better too. Especially now that we added an extra interchange. We're seeing a lot more trucks come in the back way, which is kind of the goal. So I think I'm comfortable doing a little bit more zoning here. The way this is kind of set up, again, it's pretty temporary. I'm just thinking right now maybe just a little bit of short-term expansion. And we could also just get some more taxpayers in, right? Just kind of build our budget a bit more. And then we'll be continuing with this city again on Sunday, just for our regular stream. But because I've got a photo shoot that day, we're going to be starting a little bit early. So I'll be starting around noon Eastern Standard Time, maybe even a little bit earlier. And I got to be done by, you know, 4 o'clock type things. I got to be out the door. I got to be at a photo shoot 4 or 5 o'clock type thing. So, oh, name of this map? It's actually one we made ourselves. So let me made that in the last stream. Let me link you guys some stuff here. 1 second. So we've got, this is the mod list. I know I sound like a broken record sometimes for those of you who've been here forever. Right here. And, oh yeah, you can find it in the Steam group as well, but I'll just link it as well for the lazy. And then right here, this is a link to the map itself, and we actually need to put a few more photos up, because I took some, but they didn't upload properly, so I'll kind of show you what the map looks like. It's actually a pretty cool map. It was supposed to be kind of like a northern, kind of Canadian kind of feel. It's got a little bit of a waterfall kind of happening in the background. There's actually a big reservoir up here. It's kind of cool. Got some shipping lanes going through here as well. It's set up a little bit more so for the 81 tiles. Actually, I really can't. What am I looking for here? Yeah, so it's better suited for the 81 tiles. So you can actually go pretty far out. Otherwise, you know, it's a pretty simple, you know, nothing too crazy. So, you know, rails kind of sneak through at a couple points. We got our little highway connection over here too. But yeah, no, I kind of like this. We built this in the last stream, so if you guys are curious to see how it was built, I have that posted on my my YouTube channel. And I think we're gonna be working on this one for a while. My goal is to maybe make a few small towns, nothing too high in density. We'll have one kind of bigger one, that's basically the one we're working on right here, be the biggest. So I think we'll kind of maybe go to this part of the peninsula, just a little bit sticking out. Maybe as far as this interchange, and we'll just kind of occupy this space here, put in some farming and stuff. And then, you know, we'll put a few maybe smaller towns just kind of dotting around. Just really, really small kind of feel. Again, this is going to be the biggest of the, you know, the towns we're working on, right? Another drown our citizens waterfall. No, actually, the waterfall for this one actually turned out pretty nicely somehow. Much to my pleasant surprise. It took quite a few hours. And we all kind of joked about that. I couldn't even believe how long it took to make this map. Because it was my intention on our stream last week when we were building it to kind of get the city started, but I ended up spending about 3 hours making this map, which was like crazy. I ended up changing a lot of spots, you know, multiple times, which is kind of my style, right? But you know, I think it turned out okay in the end. Okay, so I'm gonna do some more smaller streets over here. Definitely a fan of how these just look. Take out the traffic lights. Because it's a slower speed limit, you know, you really only find that local traffic uses these anyway, so... Maybe that can just go like that, too. There we go. That's kind of cool. I like that. Yeah, I know, that waterfall took me... I mean, again, it's just one of those things. In my mind, it just seems like it's going to be so simple to do. And I'm like, well, there it is. I can see it in my mind's eye. And the second it starts going to canvas or whatever, to, like, you know, however you want to call it in this, right, when you start building it, it just never comes out at the same pace. I kind of like this little mall kind of shopping area over here, this little district. Maybe we should do, like, some grocery stores or something over here. And you know, actually, we should put in one of those gas stations as well, one of those assets. Wait, I have so many. There's one right here. I think I have a nicer one, though. Maybe I took it out, actually. I guess we just have the one left. Oh, no, here it is. Yeah, this one here. Big fan of this. Can this fit in one of these corner spots? No, it's just a little bit too big, it looks like. Yeah, let's take out this parking lot and put in a, So if you have all that parking space, right? There we go. Oh, yes. That is quite nice. And we have like a little smaller dyno oil, kind of like, you know, gas station right next to us. Maybe they're like kind of, you know, one's diesel, one's like regular or whatever, right? A 7-Eleven, that's kind of cool too. I like that. Fun little area, right? Of course, this is like American pricing. I think that looks a little bit too expensive. Or no! It is, look at that, it's by the liter. Look at that, cool. That's actually, that's fairly well priced. $1.14 per liter. I think right now in Toronto, I think it's 96 cents a liter is the cheapest you can get it for. Maybe it's around $1 a liter. Which is cheaper than Europe, but almost twice the price as the States, which is kind of funny, because I mean, the States, you know, they buy oil from us most of the time, which is funny, like from Alberta, right? Kind of funny how that all works. We have to buy it back from them, and like, you know, once it's refined, and we need to buy it in US dollars too, so we kind of lose our. It's I don't know. I think it's just so strange. So for those of you who are curious, so in Canada, we do we have inland oil fields in Alberta, and it's oil that's mixed in with sand, so it's the tar sands. And it's very difficult to extract the oil from the tar sands. So oil mined there, or like, you know, refined there, or fueled there, drilled there, that's the word I'm looking for. Oil that is drilled there, it sells at a lower price than the Brent crude, because that's a bit of a pure, it doesn't take as much to kind of take out the, you know, the part, you need the oil part. So yeah, it's drilled in Alberta, and then it's sent on like pipelines down to the southern states. Because at this point, especially with the drop in oil price, it's actually too expensive to refine the oil in Canada. So we have to send it to the States for them to refine it, and then we buy it back from them. And obviously, like, this is not, like, we do have our own refineries, just the bulk of them. And then at this point, they're not really going to make any new ones, because it's just, they're not going to get their money back. And then there's also this talk about building a new pipeline, which is like the Keystone XL pipeline. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard of that or not, if you're, you know, I'll show you on some of these random little things, but that's just to get Alberta oil down south faster, which should hopefully make things a little bit cheaper for everyone. But nobody wants a new pipeline, because obviously you get the, you know, the dangers associated with that, right? Maybe there's like an oil spill or something, but I don't know. I mean, just, you know, we're dependent on oil, so we still kind of need it. So I mean, yes, it's you know, it's gross and it's bad and everything, but it's like we don't have an alternative just yet. You know, we're not really, not everyone unfortunately has like solar panels in their house just yet. You know. So I don't know. I'm not saying I'm in favor of pipelines. I just feel like we still need oil. So $1.40 where you are? Holy smokes! I have to add some Dutch flags. Actually, you know what? I'm not opposed to having some, I mean, I don't know, like, maybe we could have a few foreign embassies. Maybe we can have, like, one in this city, right? Because I want to start doing that in maybe some of the bigger cities we've been working on. Have, like a foreign embassy or something. This is not a bad interchange over here, guys. Like, I'm liking our city. This is kind of cool. Okay. It's true. They do keep... I mean, it just... You know, obviously in the long run, oil is not sustainable. Like, you know, it's a finite resource. There is so much of it out there. Obviously, we haven't found a lot of it. But just really, you know, we can't just keep using it, right? Like, let's be smart here. We have to have... I mean, the sun... Like, you know, like tidal power, all of that, it's just renewable, it's there, you know, you can get it going 24/7 type thing. It just seems like it's a no-brainer to make the switch. It's just very expensive to make that first initial transition, right? But it's going to happen soon. You know, like solar power is getting more and more efficient, it's cheaper and easier to store, you know, electricity. You know, I mean, like Tesla, they're doing their own battery factory. If graphene starts to become a bit more commercially acceptable and easier to produce, like you can have graphene batteries and you can charge those in minutes in the last few like weeks, right? So I mean, just we're about to undergo this big just transformation, I think. So it's kind of a cool time just to be alive, you know? So I'm very hopeful for the future of green energy. I just don't think we're 100% there just yet. Which, I mean, it's totally not the end of the world. It just is what it is, you know? No, I wish I could go that way. But I wouldn't write off green energy. Like, I wouldn't say, like, those people would be like, oh, it's going to be here forever. It probably will be, but it just, you know, you'll see more and more electric cars, electric houses, like, you know, that kind of stuff, right? High-powered batteries that just take no time to charge. Like, it's a big shift happening, you know? And you know what's going to be leading the charge, guys? I'm going to make a joke here, but it's probably true. It's Pokemon Go. It's going to be people wanting better battery life. That's what's going to be leading the charge, you know? Like... And you guys think I'm joking, but I'm being dead serious. It's people being out and about all day, being like, what are we gonna do to get our phones working better? So that's it. There's gonna be some like MIT, you know, some battery revolution, where someone being like, I've got it, guys. I've got a way to play Pokemon Go now for 2 or 3 straight days. Don't have to go home and charge. But yeah, you know. Or, you know, even with like bikes, right? It's just like it's interesting that bikes don't have like a little onboard electric motor, right? I'm seeing more of those kind of companies pop up, right? Just all of this, right? It just seems like we're trending towards like a faster, cleaner, more efficient, like integrated with like, you know, smartphones and Wi-Fi and technology and helpful robots and just, I don't know. I feel like we'll hopefully eventually be able to do like the Star Trek kind of thing where just all of mankind's pursuits will be to like, you know, will be just for self-betterment, right? And we can kind of just collectively work together. I know that sounds kind of, you know, optimistic and whatnot, wishful thinking, but who knows, right? Because robots, they're coming to automate our, you know, our jobs and stuff, right? So all these people who will be out of the workforce, you know, they got to do something, right? And it's disproportionate. Companies make all this money, you know, they got to better pay employees, you know, so maybe the government could do a different type of tax on corporations. And then with the new revenue, they can set up a, you know, a guaranteed minimum income so that people, you know, who are just being displaced by technology will still have money so they can go out and just, you know, pursue their passions. And maybe just, you know, we'll just go through this big renaissance period. Where, like, socially it's not a bad thing, you know, to kind of fund people's dreams. Because you never know what might just come from it, right? And then, you know, there's the argument that people might become lazy, you know, they don't have to work if they know that they're going to get guaranteed income, but then at the same time, you'll just feel bad about yourself. You'll want to do something, right? I think if you give people the tools and everything, they'll, you know, I think you'd be surprised, right? So I think we're actually, yeah, about to see a big renaissance. Kind of like, you know, just like how it happened back in, like, the, you know, 15th, 16th century, right? Just everyone's perspective of things just kind of shift, you know? Or like the Industrial Revolution, and say, we're about to go through that same kind of thing. Like smartphones, everything are just becoming a little bit more, you know? Like computers are getting better, you're seeing it, right? Just the, you know? The adoption curve, everything's just kind of moving in hyperdrive here. So I like it, guys. I think we're kind of trending towards a good thing. And that's it too. I think you'll see that as well. Free public transportation. I think that's another big push. You really, like, cities should be subsidizing their transit networks a little bit more efficiently. Like, you really shouldn't be using the fare box as, like, you know, your source of revenue. Your source of revenue should be coming from the government, you know, and then they should be, you know, it should be a no-brainer to fund it. Because if you have a really well-funded public transit system, your roads aren't going to be, you know, taking the same kind of, you know, toll or whatever, right? You're not spending as much money to fix those, and so, I don't know, the money, it's all out there, right? It's just how it's distributed, that's all. But again, I'm pretty, you know, I'm hopeful, guys. And the next round of people in charge, you know, the young, cool people who are about to take over, you know, I'm hopeful too, right? What an intro. I love this, guys. This is getting philosophical and deep here. This is kind of fun. I like it. I think maybe it's the classical music, right? It's been breeding this, you know? And again, I'm definitely feeling the classical music, so I'm glad we made the change. Oops, that was a 46%, not 45. You know, I'm actually going to change this curve. That seems a little crazy. .1, I'll take that, that's fine. Yeah, I mean, big diesel engines, they are dirty, but at the same time, right? Like, it just, what's going to replace them? Like, you just don't have an electric engine or a gas-powered engine that has the same, like, you know, just power, right? Like, diesel engines have so much torque, right? And then even like, you know, diesel electric trains, right? They're efficient. It just, you know, until we see that big battery revolution, where it doesn't take forever to charge one, and you can just really get like high amounts of horsepower and torque out of it without blowing your battery out too fast. So I mean, we'll see it just in the short run. You're going to see trucks, like, they're not going anywhere, you know. You'll see automated trucks. That'll be another big thing for sure. We'll see in the short run, right? Same with like automated trains to a certain extent. It's just, yeah, the automated, you know, like self-driving cars, all of that, right? Just hopefully mankind will just have more free time. Like the 4-day work week could be a reality. Just to start moving back towards, you know, bettering ourselves, like socially and just, you know, on a personal level too, right? Because obviously if everyone's disgruntled, if everyone feels like they're underpaid and there's no reason to really do anything, and, you know, you feel like the quality of work is going down and, like, you know, like your public sector isn't really serving you, it's just like there's no, like, it's bad for morale, right? But if we start turning all that around, if people have more, you know, like the guaranteed income, right? If people have more money in their pockets, they've got the comfort, you know, and like the, like, obviously money, it buys security, right? Like, you know, even if you're not doing poorly, right? Having a few extra $100 a month or whatever would be just kind of like that peace of mind, you know? So maybe you have the confidence to go out and try more things. You don't have that fear of failure, you know? And you never know. I mean, just it's the people that are busting their butt, working 3 or 4 different jobs. Those are the brainiacs. Maybe, like, you know, the next Einstein is just, you know, it's undiscovered because he's in the wrong field. Doesn't have the time to kind of apply his skills or whatever, right? So, I mean, you never know. You never know. I don't know. Just the people who think, like, the apocalypse is coming, that the end of times are here, you know, we're gonna be the last generation. I don't think so. I think that's just all, that's silly talk. Every generation has its, like, you know, we're the last ones, you know, we're smarter than the one before it, we know better, blah, blah, blah. I mean, I don't know. I think, you know, I'm optimistic, guys. I know we're getting a little bit philosophical and deep here, but I don't know, it's just kind of the mood I'm kind of in. So because this is the recycling center over here, I'm gonna maybe do a bit more of a commercial focus on this side. And then I was thinking maybe we could do another little shopping kind of spot over here with some parking lots, and then maybe tie in the train station, kind of this whole area, right? But I think we're going to say that for the next stream. I think we're actually out of time here. Kind of I wanted to stop before 9. It's just barely before 9, but no. I think we're I think this is it, guys. I think we're gonna send or sign off for today, but we will be back at it on Sunday, and somehow, maybe somehow, if time permits, somehow, a stream tomorrow, a short one, maybe some scrapping. I really don't think so. I've got like 2 photo shoots to do. Actually, you know, I'll probably wake up early and do some recordings because I'm a little bit behind in that, and I keep saying I'm going to, but I did record something today. So I've got another episode on our little tutorial series. So for those of you who are needing your Skylines fixed and maybe this wasn't enough, stay tuned for that. I'll maybe release that later tonight or hopefully in the morning, probably. I just got to do, articulated buses right over there. Yeah, I'll do, actually I'm going to do a few bus corridors through the city. But yeah, public trains, I think we'll kind of save that for a little bit. But no, I think I'm happy with the way things kind of turned out over here, guys. Nice little start to our city. And it's I mean, especially with us redoing this part, I do feel like it has a bit more of a North American kind of feel now. And again, the city, it occupies such a small space, but it's like already has such a lot of character. And definitely feels, I don't know, it feels cool. It feels like it's a town I've driven through kind of thing, you know? Maybe this interchange here is a little bit odd, but... And, you know, I mean, traffic, we're working on it, but no, I'm kind of happy, guys. So yeah, Sunday, check in again. Starting anywhere between 11:30 and 12 Eastern Standard Time, we'll be working on this city, and it'll be a little bit of a slower pace again, too. Hope you guys are a little bit okay with that. I know some of you are kind of here for a bit more high energy and maybe some dance music and some, like, crazy, outrageous, you know, speed in the builds, but no, I'm enjoying a bit of a slower pace. And I keep running into the issue where everything just gets too dense too quickly, so I'm kind of liking that we did not get too out of control with this, right? Oh, the radio voice? Oh, I'll do it. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning in to today's stream. Check back again on Sunday where we'll be streaming again with some City Skylines. I love that. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I should apply for some radio stations, you know? Like, my subscribers think I'm cool. Oh, some sleep now? I'm letting you guys go? You guys don't have to stay till the bitter end. You know you guys are welcome to, you know, bail anytime. I do appreciate you stopping in, though. And I did also, I'm reapplying for Twitch partnership. I don't know, I feel like we're kind of teetering on the numbers. I'll kind of see what they say the time around. Last time I applied, they said I was just not quite there and to, you know, reapply again soon. So we're kind of hoping here. So, you know, this Sunday, if you guys want to just drop in even for a few minutes, you know, it does kind of help. I'm hoping to get this, you know, a little bit more momentum going. But, I mean, I'm having fun streaming. So definitely, you know, we'll be doing that a little bit more often as time goes forward. And I am kind of hoping to take, you know, even as crazy as it sounds, maybe just a few days off here and there just to kind of bulk record. So I have a little bit more content just for the YouTube channel for you guys. I should do my own. Actually, you know what? I want to do a podcast. And I was hoping to maybe do some hosting on SoundCloud for that. I actually set up an account, and I was looking, it's not too expensive to do, you know, just like, yeah, just some hosting. And I was hoping to do, yeah, kind of like a motivational style, just like, you know, when we talk about like the week's events or something, and I just kind of just give you guys this good energy, good vibes, you know? And maybe some of you could like, you know, call in, or some of you could have like some Skype or something like that happen. And I want to call it Willpower, like where there's a will, there's a way, right? Because my name is Will, right? So like kind of, I like that. I've talked to you, a few of you about that, so that'd be kind of cool. But I don't know, some of you just feel like I've got cool stuff to say and I'm motivational, so I want to maybe apply that, you know? So I appreciate you guys are, you know, just, you know, being hyped for that. So you never know, right? Sky's the limit, right? Alright guys, so I will see you on Sunday. Thank you very much for sticking with it. All the best friends, have a wonderful Friday night. I want to say, oh my gosh, I want to say stay moist, but it sounds so silly. Stay moist. Like, that's so... How did we let moist get so out of control? How is moist, like, our word here? I can't even believe it, guys. Oh my goodness. You're totally with the podcast? Awesome. I'm all about that, too. I would hopefully be able to do a weekly podcast. I think it'd be really, really cool. Because, like, some of you know this, in Toronto, they just recently built a YouTube studio. If you have more than 10,000 subscribers, you're welcome to use it, which is so fantastic. If you have only 10,000, you're only allowed to use it one day a month, which is not the end of the world. They've stretched it to 2 days for Toronto, 2 half days, which is super cool. So I was thinking maybe doing at least once a month, having it as like a video podcast as well. So not just uploading this sound, but maybe just kind of, you know, you guys can just sit back at a desk or whatever with me. Because they have a few studio kind of like spaces set up already at the studio. So we can have like, you know, some couches or something like that, or just like a little like countertop we can kind of hang out at, like a little bar setting or something. Maybe if I had one of you come in as a guest or something like that kind of stuff, right? So I mean, you never know, right? The ideas are there, and if you guys are willing to watch, I'm all about, you know, making you guys some more content. So Willpower, he is an IndyCar driver. I know, I love that name. I think it's clever, right? I'm kind of jealous of this name actually. All right, guys. Well, I'll keep you tuned, so we'll kind of see how that goes, but oh, yeah, no problem. If you guys can't make it in on Sunday, no problem. Like, I know you guys are here with heart. Like, that's, like, don't worry. Like, you long-term supporters, like, you guys are also, like, you're all so polite. Like, I get, like, you know, little DMs, little messages being like, yo, sorry I missed the stream, hope it was a good one. Like, that means so much to me, guys. So, you know, follow me on Twitter, send me some messages, send me some snaps. I'm on Snapchat, follow me on YouTube, I'll be posting this over there. And, yeah, I think that's it, guys. I'll be saying goodbye here for the 10 millionth time. Let's bring the sun up, sneak a little peek at our city. I'm kind of like it, guys. Moistreal. She's coming together. Alright, well, I'll see you guys on Sunday. All the best. And definitely join our little Steam community group. Let me link that one more time here. There we go. And I'll post the link here again for the map and that kind of stuff too in the mod list. But all of this is available over on the my YouTube page as well. Alright, guys. Take care. All the best. Have a good night. See ya. I will see you on Sunday. All the best. Take care. Happy building, too, for those of you who are, you know, building alongside as well. And, guys, what a nice little pleasant town we have here. This is really cool. All right, guys. All the best. Have a great night. Have a good rest of the weekend, too. If I don't see you Sunday, I'll see you later in the week. All right, take care. All the best, guys. Stay warm, stay moist. Goodness gracious me, I can't get over it. Why do I even say these things? Oh boy, how do you guys put up with me? I love it. Mwah! Adios. Take care of yourselves, guys.